Yeah, I don't normally record the Friday session, but I think I want to say something useful today. Normally we just do questions and we chat, don't we? So I'm recording it, and especially for our lovely Angela, who is down in Australia, and our thoughts and prayers obviously are also with the Australian people at this time. It's a very difficult time. I'm also recording it for Sue, so Sue can't make it, and anyone else who cannot make it. But like I say, I don't normally record the sessions if there's nothing um, that valuable to record. Okay, so is everyone excited about building their book businesses and building their book brands for 2026? I strongly recommend you give yourself an exact timetable, like a minimum one, not one that you're gonna have to like really struggle to meet. It's not like these, oh, I'm never gonna smoke again. Not that I smoke, or I'm not gonna smoke ever again, and it's not realistic. Or drink. That's probably my thing. I've got it down to 2 days a week now. So significantly down from 7 days. Um, so yeah, say to yourself, I am going to create and publish one book a month minimum. And then my medium goal is that I'm going to do two a month, so one every 2 weeks. And then my greatest, I'm going to treat myself to something significant like a spa day or get your nails done or whatever. If you manage to do one a week, doing one book a week is really achievable if you choose the right books. Because I've been procrastinating over a bloody activity book for the last 3 weeks. I was intended to do a Christmas activity book, and then I thought, okay, this is a bit silly trying to publish a Christmas activity book at Christmas. It's a little bit late. So then I was trying to create it as a general activity book based on K-pop and the K-pop Demon Hunters film. And then I was like, well, I don't know what to put in this activity book. So, so I've turned it into a word search colouring book, and I'd done that just in 2 days, knowing that that is something I've already done and I'm already really good at, and my other ones are selling really well. So why reinvent the wheel and try and do something I've never done and try and do like spot the difference things, trying to do that in AI? What do we do? How do we just change AI 11 times? To do a spot the difference image. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to learn this thing right now. I'll park it, do that in the future. And today I'm going to do something that I'm actually good at and that I know I can actually do and achieve. So if you've got that mindset for 2026, myself included, that we're going to do things that are easy for us with our skills, if we do something too easy, then that probably means that everybody else is doing it and we're not going to make any money. We're not going to make any sales. So you want to do something that you can do, you've got the skills for. Or if you learn the skills for one thing, just keep repeating it if you possibly can, because we want the volume to come out in 2026. Um, so, with that being said, what I want to talk about at the beginning of today's session, and remember, I'll be taking questions. I'm not in any rush to end this call. If any of you've got more in-depth questions you want to ask me. But I want to start this call by talking about what is the most successful way we can go about things in 2026? Having been in the Book Boss Academy, every time I do a module, a few of you say, oh, right, I want to do one of those books. Oh, right, now I want to do an escape room book like Abby's module, right? And I totally get it. And then the next minute, it's, oh, I'm going to do a how to draw book because they look really easy to do. But actually, in an ideal world, I don't want you to do that. I am doing these modules to show people how to do these different types of books. But I'd like you to be a little bit more strategic than that. So what is the best strategy? And I'm sure every coach out there will say something different. So this is just my opinion. And just know that other coaches will say something completely different. I've seen some coaches who have said the complete opposite of what I am about to say. So brace yourself. What I think is the best strategy for you to do for the first 3 months of 2026 is to focus on trending books. So many other coaches say don't touch trending books with a barge pole. So many. In fact, I've not seen any coaches who say create trending books. But I've got a year of experience, or nearly, in February. And my trending books are the ones that sell organically themselves, right? They're the ones that are bringing me the most royalties and the higher content stuff. But let's just park that to one side. The medium content books that I've done that are trending bring me the money, they bring me the instant royalties, they're regular sellers. Sure, the trend is going to drop off and then I'll stop making money from them, but it gives me money to reinvest in potentially ads. I've been reinvesting it in ghostwriters, but you can reinvest it any way that you want to, because otherwise, yes, it's great building a book brand and thinking what books make sense in my book brand. That is great. That is brilliant. But we need the capital, we need the income, we need the profits, I think, right from the very beginning, so that we can take those profits in 3 months. It takes Amazon 3 months to pay us. Thank you, Amazon. But I think that's, to make sure they're not going to get any returns and things like that. So once we've got that money in 3 months, we're like, okay, what can I do with this? Okay, 10% is going to go to tax or whatever. Bleh. Another 10%, I'm going to put it in ads. 20% of it, I'm going to get 2 books created for my brand. I'm going to get somebody to create them. You can find people that will create books for a very low price when you're new. And then the other 50% I'm going to take for myself as like payment for me. And I'm going to go and treat myself or pay your bills, whatever you need to do with it. So this is why I strongly recommend that you focus on trending books, seasonal books. Um, what other books? Classic books that are timeless are quite good as well, but that lots of people like. So the books that sell the best on Amazon cast the net very wide. Lots and lots of people all throughout the globe love the books. For example, romance ebook, short stories for women, bedtime stories, romance for women, 12 short stories as an ebook, that kind of thing. It's very trendy, and women will just, and myself included, will just get through them in a few nights. So they're very consumable as well and very addictive. We know the book brands out there of the good old days. Does anybody remember Mills and Boon? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was just a UK thing, but yes, I've probably made my way through just about every Mills and Boon book.
I used to read 2 a day.
Did
When
you?
I did. I have a very boring job. But when one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Um, but when I was in New Zealand with the New Zealand writers, the romance writers, like they used to get 7,000 US dollars
Oh,
each for those.
really?
Right. And like they pump them out. They get
Yeah,
on it, and there's so many different, they're sweet
yeah,
and they're spicy.
yeah,
And there's so
yeah,
many different. So if anybody has any
yeah.
inkling of how to write romance,
I know.
actually it's always the number one genre.
Yeah. I think it is as well. It's very
Yeah.
trending. There's even like romance bookshops popping up around where I live. There's one near where I live has opened. There's one, I think, in York, a women's romance bookshop, would you believe? Amazing. How beautiful. Definitely visit York if you ever visit the area. But
Love to do
yeah,
that.
that's where the shop is. So yeah, I think they're probably one of the most consumable books. We think of children's like handwriting books and workbooks and things like learning for children is a good one. They're very consumable, but addictive for women is, romance or romance short stories or, like you say, Nora, there's different types of romance. They got a bit too spicy for me, Mills and Boone, in the end. I think they went a bit too far. I was like, whew, is anybody looking at my page here? I couldn't read them in public. I like just very plain Jane, nice bit of romance. Yeah, that's what I like. But yes, when we're thinking about is what I'm creating popular, trending at the moment, romance, coloring books are popular, K-pop. This is what I wanted to do with Chat GPT. I was going to say, I'm going to walk you through like a little process. It's not a pre-planned or a pre-prepared process, but we'll see what we can find are the trending books for the first 4 months of 2026. We may find nothing. And let's brainstorm together ideas of how we can find these trending books and these trending topics. How can we find them? I've not got all the answers as your coach. I'm open to somebody might say, "Oh, I think we should do it this way." There's this amazing website. There's a website called Answer the Public, and you can like ask it so many questions before you pay a fee, that kind of thing. So we can use different areas online, different tools in order to search for what are going to be the most trending genres and most trending niches, most trending books going into 2026. And like I say, if we can create two of those a month minimum, ideally one a week, then in 3 months, collect the royalties from that and then go, okay, I want to build my brand. I'm going to continue with the trending books. I'm going to do maybe one a month trending. And I'm going to do 2 to 3 building my brand. And I'm going to pay somebody to do 2 to 3. So then in 3 months' time, you're collecting more royalties than you did 3 months ago. You've got more trending books, you've got more income to play with, you've got more people that you can pay that you could get them to do the trending books, whatever. But then we actually have a business plan and we've got a building, growing business, a really successful one. And if you play your cards right, you could build a brand that you can sell. They're selling them for 65 times the royalties over a year, times 65. Imagine that. You get royalties of 25K over a year. People are buying them for 65 times that price. It just baffles me. Yeah, go on, Jodie.
On Bookbeam, just if anyone's curious about the how to draw Italian brain rot, easy and creative drawing and activity book. So there you go. That's
Wow.
trending. It's in the top. Oh my God, it's on the first page, making $4,200. But I don't know about the
Yeah.
rest of you who saw that module, but I never thought of Italian brain rot as the topic.
No.
I don't even know what it is, but there's something for everybody, right?
Yes, actually, has anyone seen? Um, there's a lot of books about the Swedish way of doing different things. Has anyone
Oh,
seen
because of the
these?
cleaning, probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
Swedish
Swedish
death cleaning.
cleaning, and then but
Yeah.
then it seems to have sort of morphed into other things as well.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
So
a Swedish lifestyle is trending right
Hmm.
yeah,
now.
I never heard of it before this week.
So this brings me nicely into my first point. Thank you, Jodie and Nora.
Brain
The
rot.
first point I wanted to make is just opening your eyes, to look to looking and feeling what is trending right now. Now, where do we look? Where I'm always thinking, no matter what I see, it might be a window display. I might have gone into the local bookstore. I want to see what is in the window. I want to see what they put in on the displays in the middle of the room. I want to see what is being advertised on television right now. I want to see what is in the For You page on my TikTok. I'm not interested in TikTok. I'm interested in what's everybody talking about right now. And remember that this apothecary book went round for about 6 months, didn't it? Everybody bought this book, myself included. Um, so that would be a good time to create an apothecary book because it's trending and everybody's like talking about it and sharing it. Um, uh, Definitely the trend of romance has been going for probably about 2 years now. I've seen that bubbling regularly. Opening our eyes to what people are talking about on Facebook, what their kids are saying. So my kid says, she says 6'7". She goes 6'7", mum. And I'm like, what? And if we ever go anywhere or it's, 6 minutes past seven, 6 minutes past seven, 6, 7, mum. Anyway, I don't understand her. She's a different species. But 6, 7 is a trend in language with the youngsters right now. What else? Brain rot. There you go, brain rot. She says that all the time. So I'm like thinking about what things do my daughters say? What else does she say? Um, Oh, I can't think, but there's quite a few different things, the different phrases that she's got. So you can just search for those words on Amazon and just see, what are people creating using these trending words? Are there any other trending words on TikTok? As soon as a trend emerges on TikTok like that, that's going round like wildfire, turn it into a book. Because guaranteed there'll be somebody searching those words on Amazon, and you could be one of the first people in there with a book with that name, because they will search those words. Um, I'm trying to think of other words that she says. She says bro a lot, dude. Does anybody else got any youngsters with these strange words that come out of their mouths?
This isn't a strange word, but they all say, I'm okay, instead of no. They say, I'm okay.
Yeah, I asked my daughter to direct me because I was reversing the car. She got out the car, and I said, "Tell me when to stop." And she went, "Okay, okay, 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 okay." And I thought that meant I was okay to go. So I ended up crashing into a bollard. Luckily, it didn't do any damage. But now, exactly as Pam says, because okay apparently means stop.
I'm okay. No. My
No.
son,
Yeah.
from now on, I'm going to just say no. He said, it's just a nicer way to say no. I said, okay.
She must have got it from the internet. I was like, what planet are you on telling me okay, that I'm okay to go, but you want me to stop? So yeah, it must mean no and also stop, like no, you're not okay. I didn't know the lingo when I was reversing my car. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that she says. I'll have to write them down over a weekend of talking to her. Um, and also we can search online at what are the most trending phrases amongst teenagers of 2025. So these are the sorts of conversations that I'm going to have right now in ChatGPT to see if ChatGPT can help us. Sometimes it can, and sometimes it can't. And then it's like once we've got a trend like this, for example, brain rot, what could we do with that? So I got the trend like K-pop Demon Hunters, and I looked at has it been trademarked? There's a trademark in the UK, but it hasn't been trademarked in the USA. And so, my books, I've not called it K-pop Demon Hunters. I've called it K-pop dance and demons or something, so people know it's exactly about that, but I'm not using the actual words as my way of getting around a potential future trademark in the USA. Hopefully my book will last a bit longer than the ones once they trademark it, they'll take all those ones with the actual title of the movie straight down. So I thought hopefully mine will hang in there. So that's definitely a trend that everybody has gone mad for this movie on Netflix. And it's like, well, what is the second most popular movies on Netflix amongst youngsters? Because things like that, they will get your book and post it on TikTok and post about it and share it and send it to friends. And this is how you can create a book that immediately gets sales, and not just sales. If you get in on the first of a trend like that, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And imagine that you're being able to reinvest that into actually building a serious book brand. You probably don't want to, be known for the person who jumps on trends. It's a strategy to get income to reinvest, is what I'm talking about. And a very good strategy, I would say, too. So let's take the word, what did we say? Brain rot. What could you do with the word brain rot? Any ideas? Drop them in the chat. What could we do with brain rot? So the answer, I've got an actual answer for this. I don't know, I have an answer. The answer is you can do absolutely anything with it. You could do a brain rot colouring book. You could do an activity brain rot book, a brain rot doodle book. You could do a book of brain rot word search and just have all the brain rot words in the whole world in a word search book and with a really goofy front, uh, beautifully designed, funny, quirky cover with a big, massive letters done on ideogram, brain rot. Um, and trust me, these parents and these kids are going to be searching the word brain rot right now. I've not looked on Amazon to see if brain rot exists there. Um, but if you find these trends, these things that people are saying a lot, um, then just create 6 books about it, especially if you're one of the first. So there'll be some new trends coming in 2026. Get in there first. Did somebody say something then?
Abby, yeah, it
Yeah.
was me. I just Googled or Amazon searched brain rot, and the first thing that comes up is a brain rot coloring book.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, it heard me, Pam. It might have heard me. But yeah,
Yeah,
that looks good, doesn't it?
it's pretty cool.
Yes, that does look good.
Interactive pages inside, absurd characters inside.
Hmm. Yeah.
Crazy.
And I know, there's lots of people in this academy. A lot of people in the academy are like, I want to create books from the heart and soul, meaningful books. Yes, I'm like that too. I want to create meaningful books, beautiful books, books that remind me of my grandmother, books that are meaningful to me, books that make my soul sing and set my heart on fire. Yes, but we need some investment. Have we got an angel investor? Have we got a bank loan? Have we got anybody backing us and backing our businesses? If you have, great. You don't have to do the trending books. But if you haven't, then to get that momentum going in your business, let's get some income flowing to get the momentum going and then go and do the things that make your heart and soul sing. And having said that, creating a book on brain rot, honestly, who is not going to have fun creating that book? Seriously, there's got to be something wrong with you if you don't find that funny and fun. Brain rot jokes 2026, things that are in the moment or that have got that year on it. That's going to do well that year because people buy it and they think it's current and it's new. Yeah. Let me check the chat, see if anyone else had any other ideas. But basically, anything goes with these trending words. Claudia's off video playing with a dog. Graveyards and ghouls. What's that from? This is a trend, right now. All this like, there's a word for it. It's dark arts. Is it the dark arts or something? That's quite a big
It's the
trend.
dark arts. But the thing is that, like, anyone who writes fiction will tell you the same thing. It's like, as soon, someone can be telling you the saddest story ever, and your face is commiserating with them, but your brain is going mad inside. What kind of story could I make about this? Like,
Yeah,
it's just, you
like
can't
that.
help it. It's just, that's why fiction writers, search histories are just like, they're dangerous.
The FBI is going to be on us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
MI5.
yeah, something like
What is this person searching? And it ends up being an author.
that.
Yeah, some very disturbing things have been written. One of the first books I ever read properly was like all the Stephen King books, and it was very disturbing, very disturbing. I read a book actually as a teenager, yeah, teenager, and they were called nanites, and they were little monsters that were eating away the world, and they were biting like the motorways and the roads, and like leaving us like with nothing. I don't know who wrote that book, but it's stuck in my mind since I was a teenager. I don't know what book it was. I'd love to come across it again.
first book I ever bought on my own. I
Mm.
was 8, and
Mm.
it was Great Expectations. And
Mm.
I terrified. I mean, I was so terrified. That
We
was so
go.
good. Yeah, I
I was
just like
getting
the moors.
confused then. I was thinking of Wuthering Heights, but right, great
Close
expectations.
enough. Moors,
Yeah,
moors. That's like, yeah, it was like,
yeah, yeah. Oh gosh. I read Wuthering Heights actually every Christmas, and you've just reminded me about that because I've forgotten. So I would have not read it, and now I'm going to read it over Christmas. Pam says Brain Rock Cuddle Colouring Book is part of a series from Brain Melt Studios. That I love that. I love it that somebody's actually thought, right, I'm going to create a book brand out of this. Love it. Right, I'm going to go over to my chat GPT and we'll just see if we can um, dig up some treasure. That's what we're doing, aren't we? But what I would do, if, well, I am going to be doing this actually, if this was me, yes, it is me, is, the best place to search is Amazon. But we can't just go to Amazon and search because actually, what are we searching for? You know, we sat there going, okay, trending books. That doesn't work. Of course, it doesn't. You can search the top 100 bestsellers. There is a way to search in categories, so you can search in colouring books for the top selling books in colouring books. I think it only gives you the top 50 when you search in each category. Don't quote me on that, but I feel as though that's what's happened to me when I've done that. You search bestsellers, bestseller paperback. I think you can search bestseller non-fiction. Can you? Oh, maybe you can't. But anyway, bestsellers, top 100, and a lot of those are non-fiction. That will give you a bit of an idea of what is popular and trending. For example, we had a look at that in one of my sessions, and there was a lot of sitting on the toilet books, like busy on the toilet, quiz and activity books, general trivia, um, smart facts for smart boys, smart girls, um, K-pop, Coco Wyo and stuff, colouring books. It's hard to really look at those because they've got a massive brand anyway. They could put out a piece of poo onto Amazon and everybody would buy it, become a bestseller. So if you're looking at big brands, kind of disregard those in your search. We're looking at one hit wonders. There's a one hit wonder. It's like a fun facts book with Einstein on the cover, and a lot of people have then come along and tried to copy that and put Einstein on their covers as well, and they're all doing well. So the main Einstein one is making like 60K a month, and then the people who have come to copy the success that that first book had, they're making a few K a month just by copying it. Now, what you think about copying a one-hit wonder, I don't feel good about that. I don't think I would do that. What I would try to do is do it in a different genre or do it as a word search puzzle book or just something completely different. Yes, I might put Einstein on the front and then see how that does. But if you're okay with sort of doing a slightly different copy of one that's doing really well, honestly, good on you. I'm cheering you on. It takes a few balls to do that, and I'm all for the balls. I've not had anything to drink, honestly, I promise you. I'm actually on a sardine fast at the moment, so I think it's gone straight to my head. Um, right, Chat GPT. They're good for you, sardines. Full of omega-3s. Right, Chat GPT. So what shall we ask Chat GPT? So I am looking to really boost my self-publishing income by 20x in the next 4 months as we move into 2026. Please, can you help me to do some really deep research as to what would be the best and the fastest and easiest books to create and self publish in the next 3 months? I am thinking about what are the top trends going to be in January to March. What are the current top trends trending with kids and teens and adults too? What books make the most sales at the Right, so this is what I have written. I am looking to really boost my self-publishing income by 20x in the next 4 months as we move into 2026. Please can you help me to do some really deep research as to what would be the best and the fastest and the easiest books to create and self-published in the next 3 months. I'm thinking about what are the top trends going to be in January to March. What are the current top trends trending with kids and teens and adults too? What books make the most sales at the beginning of the year historically? Please can you help me with this as I really want to crush my business this quarter. Let's do this. So hopefully we're going to get something useful back. And, you don't have to, write those exact words. It's about having a deep research conversation with ChatGPT. The strategy here is to get ChatGPT to help you with a research strategy first, rather than just asking it, what book should I create that will make the most money in January, right? Anybody can ask it that. But when we're asking it, how do I go about my research? How am I going to do this? And get it to tell you research ideas, then you're going to get much better results. You're going to get
Abby,
much better results. Yeah.
sorry, could I just ask,
Mm.
would you tell it to ignore anything that you're currently talking to it about or previously done, i.e., I just want to make money with this, ignore all my heartful la la lovely books? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I would only say that if you can see that it's better in its response. You know, um, yeah, things that I've done in the past never seem to really affect new chats for me, but I have heard that they do affect other people's. So, just
Yeah.
try it with and try it without and see what comes out. Q1 is a fresh start buying season. If you want speed, ease, and high demand, you'll be best with trend-aligned low-medium content books that match what people obsess over in January to March. Resetting habits, tracking goals, cozy self-care, and community-driven aesthetics. Book Talk, TikTok. Let's see how much it's come up with here. What is that? Recent signals behind these trends. Okay, this is a new ChatGPT thing, isn't it? With 5.2 version. I've never seen that before. So that's interesting. Right, so it's going with New Year, New Me trackers. And remember, this is the beginning of, our research. So we're going to get a notepad and pen, write any ideas down that you like or that you're a bit not sure about. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to look at what's trending with teens and teen trending words and language and, talk to ChatGPT about all of those things. So New Year, New Me trackers. So then we would write these things down and then go over to Amazon and search for these trackers. And then you could potentially do the teen trending words as a New Year tracker, the teen trending words as a New Year planner, and then you're combining a trend, something people really love right now that's current and new, with something that is a bestseller in January to March. Let's see what else. Cozy colouring is still hot and it is legit mainstream. I do like colouring books because if people start to colour your pages and then they post them online and they'll say what book it's from, and it can, you know, create like a mushroom effect of sales if you get a really good book. So you could have a brain rot colouring book. I really think that would sell because it's a new trend rather than posting a colouring book and it just fall into the back of a line of, you know, cozy colouring books, for example. Bold and easy colouring, quotes, season bridge themes, reading journals, reading as a lifestyle. Reading has become a social aesthetic habit. You can see 2026 reading journal. I've never heard of a reading journal. Has anyone else? So I'd have to look into that. 2026 trend. Comfort reading is going to be talked about as a 2026 trend. I think that also ties in with romance.
Abby,
Yeah.
the reading journal,
Mhm.
people have, I see a lot of it where people say, right, I'm going to read, I don't know, 12, 36, 52, whatever, you know, books a year. And that's what
Oh,
they, you know,
so they
use it.
like log in what they read and maybe their thoughts about it kind of thing. So that's going
Yeah.
back to maybe it's not a blank journal necessarily. It's more of a prompt journal, isn't it? Yeah, I
They're
like that.
really best selling. They're really, I had a look at those the other
Really?
day. Yeah, they're
Oh,
doing really well. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's one I've not come across before. Um, 2026 reading journal, 52 book challenge. You could call it a challenge. So there's lots of research that could be done on Amazon around that. And then how to make it current, to make it 2026 or, you know, 2026 quarters or something like that. It's like, what can we do with this trend to make it feel as though it is right now, it is the book to buy right now and it's very current. So an obvious one is adding the word 2026 to it. Maybe not many self-publishers have done that yet. So that would be a good one to start to do. The best and fastest book ideas to create in the next 3 months. Reset and results series, a 90-day reset. Dry January tracker. It's maybe a bit late for that. I'm not sure. I suppose if you was fast. Decluttering 30-day challenge. That's quite a good one. Money reset tracker. But it's then how to take these ideas and make them feel current and brand new. Cozy and cute colouring series. I don't really agree with that because I do think there are a lot out there right now. So we need to be careful and not just take ChatGPT on what it's saying. We need to do further research into it. But I know that there are thousands of books like that. So it might not be the best book for a trending one that's going to bring in income, but a really good book if we're building a brand. Kids and Tweens Boredom Busters series, evergreen and indoor season. Would you rather winter edition riddles and brain teasers for smart kids? I do think these riddles and facts and things, jokes, colour by number, mystery colour. What I'd do if the goal is 20x in 4 months. You don't need 50 random books. You need 12 to 18 tightly branded books with a repeatable interior template, consistent cover system, keyword and category strategy, and a reason to buy the books. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you can definitely have one-hit wonders when it comes to trending books, but I don't think ChatGPT has really got the idea of trending here. It's kind of got it, hasn't it? But I'm not seeing like this was a crazy trend, this apothecary book, and I'm still seeing adverts for books like this coming through. Even in my YouTube, I'm seeing this spiral bound herbal remedies book keeps popping up in my YouTube adverts. So yeah, let's look what else it's saying. Quick trend validation checklist. Search Amazon for the main keyword. Confirm lots of recent covers and reviews bought in the month signals. You can also post on Facebook or post on social media and say, you know, what books are your family loving right now, or your kids? What are your kids' favorite books? You could go into, you know, a parenting Facebook group and go, you're struggling for Christmas, book ideas. What are your kids' favorite books right now? And you will get loads of people going, my kid loves this, my kid loves that, and getting some ideas on what is trending right now. Recent covers and reviews, make your version giftable. Giftable books are good. Got this one. I think I've shown this one before. Retail Rage. This was a one-hit wonder that is doing really well. It's doing so well that the author of this book has created another one in the series now called Restaurant Rage. And as we know, a lot of people around the globe work in retail. It is a colouring book, and it is basically, this one has got swear words inside it, but you don't have to swear. But this is a really good idea that would kind of go viral because it's fun. And it's just kind of thinking about, okay, this person has done retail and restaurants. You know, what else is a common area to work in around the globe? So retail, restaurants, hotels. It doesn't have to begin with R, and you don't have to use the word rage. But taking this idea, I think, is trending. There's some trend around the word rage. Rage bait. That's another one that my daughter uses. So in fact, let's go to Amazon now and see if there's anything that, yeah, I'll use that one. Amazon. Rage. See, it's come up there, hasn't it? Fourth one down, fifth one down. We've got a rage journal, so we can check that. But we've also got rage bait. So I'm going to click on rage bait. The art of rage bait. Rage bait poetry. Here we go. Rage bait, a funny teen notebook. So that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking about. Let's see. Oh, that's not making any money. Let's see. But it's definitely being searched for. So I think if there was other books, I thought there would be more about that. Has everybody else heard of Rage Bait? Or is it just me? I'll bet if there's Rage Bait colouring books, that would sell. It's obviously something that people are searching for, but that really surprises me. I thought there'd be more on that one. The Rage Journal came up at the top. Okay. That's interesting. The Wreck This Journal is still doing well at 57k. I wanted to do a Christmas one of those and I just didn't get round to it. But there could be a springtime one for 2026 or a 2026 Wreck This Journal, you know, where you feel as though it's a current one. And I'm sure the kids that have had that journal have already wrecked it and are ready for another one. And don't want to buy the same one twice. So that's definitely a wave and a trend that we could surf on and make it current for 2026. Yeah, there's quite a few doing really well here in this category. So Rage Journal does well, but Rage Bait, nobody seems to have grabbed onto that yet. But I do contend that that would be a successful one. Because I've heard a lot of people saying that word. It's a case of getting it. The Rage page. Rage Journal, let's see. Zen as F. That's cute. Gratitude Journal. 5k, 4k, 5k a month. So yeah, that's a good one to look at. Oh, just 1 second, guys. I just need to get rid of this person. Just Sorry about that. I got a dog pram delivered here. I didn't want to miss it for Christmas. My husband said, I'm not pushing the dog around in that thing, but he's getting old. We're taking him for walks and then he's refusing to finish the walk. And I'm having to carry him. He's full of mud. So, yeah, he's 13, bless him. So,
I need a trolley, a
yeah,
shopping trolley.
it's like that, but he'll sit in it and then he can still see out. So it's got
Yeah.
like the air coming
Oh,
in.
I've seen loads of older women, particularly with little shopping trolleys, or the really old-fashioned little the baby strollers
Yeah.
things. Little
Oh,
dogs. So cute.
well, this is a special dog pram. But yeah, my husband is mortified. But I don't care. It's my life. What was I saying then? Brain rot, rage. We're looking for trends, aren't we? So anyway, let's park that one. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and say to it, I'm asking it to tell me the top trending words. Yeah, slang words even. I should have said that. I can pull together a current. Oh, skibbity. Yes, my daughter says skibbity, Sigma, Gyat. Yes, Rizzler. She says all of these all the time. And honestly, guys, I'm not saying you have to do a book on these crazy words. The point I'm trying to make is we're trying to find trends that people are searching for, and you can make them into fun little journals, notebooks. A lot of parents will buy these things for their kids. And then it's just an easy way of having something that is current and there's not a lot of saturation because we're hopping on and jumping on to current trends and slang. So it is a really good strategy to use, especially at the beginning of a business, just to get that cash flow coming in. And some of you have passed the beginning of your businesses and you've already got, at least whatever, a few hundred or 500 or whatever plus coming in, which is great. So, yes, definitely all of these 6, 7, and absurd inside a phrase with no fixed meaning. Yes, that drives me nuts, that one. Skibbity, a silly meme slang for viral animation culture. Brain rot, yes, like I say, I'm very surprised there's not more in that category, and I do think publishing in that category will be successful. Maybe that one that I clicked on, maybe it's only just been published, or it just isn't a very good book, or it isn't a very good cover. I'd have to look more into that. Gyat, I think that means bottom, doesn't it? A Gen Alpha referring to an impressive or notable trait. Yeah, she says it for the size of my bottom. Got a very nice daughter. Personality and vibe words, Riz, Rizzler, someone with serious Riz. Sigma, independent, cool energy. Aura points, your energy or vibe score in social context. Vibe, that's been a common one, hasn't it, for quite a few years now. Vibes. Mood or overall feel of a thing. I think that would be good for colouring books. Doing a colouring book series, I don't know. Outdoor vibes, manifestation vibes, um, um, Christmas vibes, cozy cabin vibes. That would make a really nice series. Everyday social slang. Yes, she uses this word cap. In fact, she uses them all. Tea, spill the tea, mum. Oh, bruh. That's buzzing, that is. Yeah, she doesn't use flex. She doesn't use drip, but she definitely uses absolutely every other one there. They've got their own actual language, I think. Extra, sweat, clamp. So then what we would do is go and search these words over in Amazon. So I was here, so I'm going to search Skibidi. Skibidi toilets is coming up. This is just really great coaching session, this, isn't it? We do the serious learning here in the Book Boss Academy. This is the official Skibidi Toilet colouring book. Let's see what this is.
Skibbity.
What?
What does it?
It,
Is there a meaning?
yeah, let's go back for the meaning. The meaning of Skibidi is a silly meme slang for viral animation culture. It means that you're cool, weird, or nonsense, depending on the vibe.
Okay, of course it does.
So when was that? Oh, that was only published a few days ago, really. Well, last week, and is already at 1,100. I would imagine it's double or triple that now because these stats and this data is about a week out of date. Funnily enough, I've never actually mentioned that, have I? So because this was published on the 2nd of December, it's the 19th now. I would imagine that if we look again at this in another 3 weeks, it will be up to the 5K mark. So that's a good one. Obviously, they've put stocking stuffer and they can't change the title of that, can they? So I think that was probably a bit of a mistake putting that on there. There's another one here, the official Skibidi Toilet Survival Guide. 944. And that is a really rubbish cover. I'm really sorry if that's anyone here who's created that, but it's very unlikely, isn't it? But that's not a great cover, but it's still doing okay. And it's probably done a lot better as we move into Christmas as well. And then there's not Skibidi Toilet joke book. These are not very good covers. So this is an advantage for us doing the ideogram training from this month that I'm putting up this afternoon, to come into these trends and create amazing book covers to go into it. So we just want to create something quick and easy, ideally. These are really bad covers. Skibidi sketchbook. What the Skibidi word search. Again, really not a nice book cover there. So I think there's definitely room for some good books in that category to come up in the search. Let's just go with Skibidi just for the sheer hell of it. Skibidi. Skibidi Ohio Riz. This is what my daughter says. And then if you look at Kip Scout here, I forgot to do that in the last one. It's got a triple profitable dollar signs. So that's a brilliant sign that this is a go automatically. And then I think it's this one is what is it making 4,300 a month? This one. I think it is. It's this one. I mean, that is just mind-boggling. That is mind-boggling. It really is. That's every month, and it was published over a year ago. That is mind-boggling. Maybe it's the colour choice, it's an unusual colour choice, isn't it? I'm just trying to think, why is that doing so well? That's a slang dictionary, isn't it? I wonder what it looks like inside. I'd be very interested to see that one and do something similar with something else on the front.
There's a sample there.
No.
Abby.
Oh, let's,
Underneath, yeah,
yeah.
look.
How to grade. So I see all the inside. Colour. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? Because you could just have another slang word on the front of yours. And then you just get the definitions from ChatGPT and just make it look pretty inside. There's very little on each page, so it would be very easy to create a full book like that. I think the publication cost of this is going to be quite a lot because it's colour. Nora, do you know the difference between black and white and colour interiors? Is it a big difference? Do you know?
Is that a paperback or is it Kindle?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I do keep getting Kindle
$3.99.
paperback.
All right, okay. It's about, I think say it's two for me now. It's 230, 240 for printing cost, but it could be 4 to 5.
Yeah, is it about double for colour? I have only done one colour
Mm.
book, and that was in March, and that was a cookery book for dogs. Uh, I've got such a
Okay.
great coat.
Do birthday cakes for dogs. There you go.
Yeah, I want to do one on doggy treats as well.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I'm passionate about this because the dog food you buy in the store when you look at the ingredients is terrible. It's
Yeah,
full of
yeah.
like corn syrup and seed oils. It's no wonder all these dogs are getting cancers. Anyway, I get off my soapbox about that one, but that's why I did that book. It was on my heart. It was a passion. It's done quite well, actually, that book. So it's 2 o'clock.
Oh,
We
yes,
could
yes,
do this research all day, couldn't
I
we?
know.
But I
Yeah.
hope that gives you an idea of how to use ChatGPT to help you to find ways of doing research. So what we could do next is say, okay, I like this research, but I want to go deeper. Could you help me with a research plan or a research strategy? And get ChatGPT to tell you where to do your research. So far, we've just done ChatGPT, seen what it's saying, seen its answers, and then used some of those words and gone over to Amazon. So this is good research. But we could ask it now, what other research could I do to see what books are going to be the best sellers in the next 4 months? And then it might come up with a research plan for you, a research strategy. It might tell you different websites that you can go and check out. I do think checking out ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, TikTok, looking on TikTok, the For You page, you know, a Google search, top trending books this quarter, and then just disregard the Christmas ones and see what else is there. Current top trending books is relevant to the next 3 months if it's not a Christmas book, isn't it? And so, I do recommend that you spend a whole day or, sit in front of the fire, put a Christmas movie on, cut a glass of Bailey's, notepad, yeah, whatever it is, what are they called? iPad, whatever you use to do these things, and do the odd hour here and there. It's a fun little task. And then if you can find those profitable pockets, you're good to go and you're ready and you're prepared for the new year. I think that dictionary one is a brilliant one because you could just put any other word on the front and then have it as a dictionary. Yeah, that was a slang dictionary for
I
kids.
know, but just the idea that they now need their own dictionary.
Yeah. Well, honestly, me as a parent, I don't understand what my child is saying to me. We went on a dog walk last night for 15 minutes, and at the end of it, I thought, what did we talk about? She seemed to know.
You
I
think
need
it's
one of
being
these.
bought by parents, Abby, that book,
Yes.
who haven't got
That's
a
what
bloody
I was
clue?
thinking, Wendy.
And I was also wondering, like, how you keep it up to date. I guess you don't, because
No.
there's bound to be some other crap that they start
Yeah.
saying.
Just
But
do a volume 2 or do a new one every 6 months or every
yeah,
year.
exactly. No, that looks amazing.
Yeah,
I think
really
I'd want to keep it well away from my brand. Sorry, does that sound really snotty? I don't want my brand name
Yeah, no,
anywhere near that
honestly, with
shit.
this,
But
ideally, we want to build a nice, serious brand that we love, that makes our hearts sing. And this stuff is just silly stuff that's going to make us money, really, is what I'm talking about today. So, yeah, keep it away from your brand
yeah,
or have another like silly, quirky brand name. Like I was thinking about publishing my K-pop book under K-pop fandom. I can't remember what I did in the end. But yeah, so you could have a little quirky, different brand name for those books, and you could possibly sell that brand in the future.
Yeah, any old shite brand, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you know what, Wendy? There's a book here that's doing really well, and it's How to Identify a Gobshite.
Really?
Well, that's a good idea.
I
Everybody
like
needs one of
that
those,
idea. Yeah.
right?
There's another book that is in the top 100. I think it's like 100 things you wish you could say at work and ways to say
Right.
it. Something like that. That's not it, but it's something like that, that things that you wish you could say to people at work and ways to say it. Yeah, funny. Okay, so has anybody got any questions? I'm not in any rush. I'm just doing the ideogram stuff after this.
What are we going? How are we going to go for 2 weeks?
I know. Well, I will definitely still be in the chat as usual. I've been a bit quiet the past week or two just because of my horse stuff going on, trying to find her a new place to live. I feel like Mary and Joseph, there's no room at the inn, honestly.
Oh,
But anyway, we found her a place now, and it's
Oh, good.
extremely expensive, and it makes my eyes water. We used to pay £25 a week where I was from.
Oh,
But yeah, we're looking at 600 or 700 a month now, and it's absolutely eye-watering.
There's a reason why you're selling so many books then, darling. And it all just going to get taken out the other, but that's everybody
your
has to
why
have their
has
why.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So I think you did a post about this. It's obviously would have noted my eyes lighting up when you said we don't have to do any social media, and I was whooping
Yes.
around the room.
Yeah.
Can I just kind of double check when I put my things out? I've been contacting people sort of one-to-one, WhatsApp messages and Facebook messages and all that kind of thing, and done literally one or two social posts on LinkedIn. That's it, just about.
Yeah.
And my pathetic email list of under 200 people. Would you recommend that I still do that? So very gentle, soft, rather pathetic launch, or do nothing at all?
I think it's a complete waste of time at the beginning. I think you need to build up a catalogue of books before doing any social media. And also, we'll look at authors and what social media actually works. It's if it's an author that people are a great big massive fan of, or colouring books that there's a great big fan base of. But I think when we're brand new and we're just building out our first 30 books, yeah, I think posting on social media is a complete and utter waste of time. And also, it gives us false sales. So you might get the odd sale or the odd friend or family member buying a book or the odd follower buying a book. Great, I've got £3 or €3 or whatever. But wouldn't that time be better spent doing your next book? And also, it's going to put the BSR up whilst you're posting on social media, and then it's going to plummet back down once the friends are not buying that book anymore.
So nothing, basically. Nada.
But it's not like I don't recommend you to ever post on social media. If you could split yourself in two, then one person would spend full time posting on social media about all of your books in an ideal world. But we're in the real world, aren't we, where we've got lives to live and things to do. So I would rather you spend your time creating your first 30 books. And getting those under your belt. Now, trending books are a little bit different. If you were to put a trending book on TikTok and people are like, oh, look at this funny skibbity book, it's very shareable. So actually, I recommend if you've got time to post trending books, then just create a different TikTok handle and call it Trending Books 2026. That will do quite good. So yeah, it's different rules for different things. But do you understand the difference and what I mean there?
Yeah, basically that it's fakey sales, and I get that. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That takes that whole pile of shizzle out of the way.
Yeah, so like with that book, Mum, Tell Your Story or whatever it is, I think he waited till he had, a good 10, 15 different books, and then he paid social media managers to go and market the books for him because he was so busy actually creating those books. But because he then had the income coming in, he then had well enough income then to pay social media handlers to do it for him. That's the way to do it. That's the way to consistently build business, because he can consistently pay those people to manage his social
I
media.
don't know how he was busy creating those books. They're shit inside. Have you seen them inside? I think mine is so much better. Sorry, she says. They are really very bang average. So
yeah, he's done so well because it took off on social media and people talking about it, and then he's realized, okay, social media is the way to go for this kind of book. So it's a very talkable, shareable book. I think that's why it did so well.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So Pam,
I have a quick question about publishing.
Mhm.
How important is it to have a Kindle version?
Oh,
You have to do that, or is it something you can do later?
more important to do the Kindle version than the paperback.
Is more important?
Yeah, if it's if it's not an activity book, it's more important to do the Kindle. You'll sell more Kindle books and you'll make more money out of them than you will on the paperback. Like I make €5 on a Kindle and 2 on a paperback.
Mhm.
There's no printing costs, So
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So, but with your books that you're doing at the moment, Pam, I wouldn't do a Kindle version, like the handwriting book, the ABC book,
no.
the activity books, January to December. Those ones, don't do it. So it depends on the book. Yeah. I wonder what are the top books that people are downloading then on Kindle, because I would imagine it's very different to the paperback sales.
Because the categories are different as well.
Mm.
Oh, there's something to do.
Yes, something else to do. And there's a lot less pushback I find with an ebook and publishing on Kindle. I have lots of publishing problems with paperback, as I'm sure we all do. And I just think I've got it down, and I'll do a few books, and then my next 3 I've got loads of problems with. Some books just get blocked. Some books I just unpublish and just republish, and then it's fine. So yeah, it's just a bit of a mess sometimes with paperbacks and hardbacks. Hardbacks I don't even bother with. I don't know if anybody else has.
My first book that I did, which was pre-Book Boss, my sort of heart and soul book, as I call it, the 7-minute manifesting method. And I had this glorious idea of doing hardback version, a beautiful cloth covered, all the shizzle. And in Amazon, the cost of my hardback on Amazon, its colour inside, was £38.
Really?
I know. There are other places that are better to do. Anyway, I've just pulled it.
Don't pull it, Wendy. Don't pull it. Just leave it there. It's not doing anything, and somebody might buy it.
Yeah, right. I've redesigned the cover as well. So yeah, but honestly, that was a lesson. That was a lesson learned, definitely. Hardback and colour, not a great combo.
Yeah, because I was going to do my dog cookery book in hardback, thinking, if it's in the kitchen getting splashed, they can wipe it. But I didn't do that. But yeah,
but it was 38 quid on Amazon. That's the price they kind of ended up making it. But it was only 22 on Book Vault. But Book Vault cocked it up. They were dreadful. I've had a dreadful experience with them. So I'm just pulling back from hardbacks basically. But that's interesting, isn't it? What a difference that was.
That's a huge difference. It's good to know that the colour though is double the black and white. Looking at that dictionary we were just looking at. Because I've just stayed away from colour books, but I bought that self-love book for women. And that's all lovely and colour inside, and I just thought, gosh, I wonder how much the printing costs of this book is. But yeah, it seems to be still worthwhile. If you can I think Nora, you put a sticker on the front, or somebody did. It said full colour inside. That's it.
No, it wasn't me. I haven't done.
It's been on one of the recent covers that I've just been looking at. Can't remember whose it was. But yeah, actually making it quite clear from the front with a little badge, full colour inside. And then that then justifies the slightly higher price point, and people can see straight away from the cover why it's a higher price point. So Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Maybe it was one of my clients, actually. Yeah, it was. Right. So, no more questions. I'll carry on with the ideogram and I will upload this video as well. And then I'm going to have a glass of Bailey's
Hopefully.
just for you.
Have one first, Abby, and then afterwards. You
Oh,
deserve
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I've got a tiny little glass. It is so cute. It's like proper crystal. It's like that big. So, yes, I'm going to do that.
Baileys and sardines. What an interesting combo. That's power. That's power food and power nutrition, I reckon.
It is. It is. It's all the fats. It's all the omega
Yeah.
3, even the Baileys.
I
It's
love
contributing.
sardines.
Yeah. All right. Lots of love to you all. Have an amazing Christmas and New Year. Have a lovely time. Whatever you're doing, just indulge, relax, do some research, have some Baileys, whatever you like to do. Just enjoy yourselves. Okay. And I'll see you in the new year.
Oh,
Merry
bye,
Christmas.
everyone.
Thanks, Abby.
Bye.
Happy holidays, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, happy holidays.
Bye.